and welcome to episode 31 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have the UEFA Super Cup against AC Milan. A berth obviously that we've managed to get to due to our heroics last season when I last saw you for that Champions League win. A lot has changed since then. Firstly, obviously a new look to the save. I've managed to put in a skin and some player faces. Thank you to FM20, whose channel should be above us now, for pointing me in the right direction for those. We've also got some new signings, and we've made a great start to Serie A, and that is the first place we will look, because we've played 3 games, we've won all 3, beating Verona, Torino and Inter Milan in the process. A really solid start to the year, and one that hopefully we'll be looking to take into our Super Cup game today and add another trophy to the cabinet. With regards to transfers then, there's a few ex-Roma players who have come back in, and of course a couple of newbies that we wouldn't have seen before. The first one, Leandro Paredes, came from Shakhtar. He was obviously at Roma in his younger days. He's a really good, solid central midfield option. He's come back at the peak of his powers, and he'll hopefully provide us with some really good quality in there this year. The other ex-Roma boy, Juan Miranda, was obviously here on loan last year. He's back again to play at left back for us. He's currently got a bit of an injury, but young Manuel Donati, another player you won't have seen yet, is doing a good job there at the moment. But Miranda is back, and hopefully he can have as good a season as he did last year. Caio Jorge then, the fellow South American to Paredes, he is in to play up front for us. He's already bagged his first Roma goal in the first couple of Serie A games we played. He looks really good, quite quick up front, and has obviously got a good finishing attribute there. Hopefully he'll be able to bang in the goals like Greenwood and Esposito have beforehand. And Eduardo Camavinga, the biggest of the lot, £75 million from Chelsea. He is going to be our anchor man in front of the defensive line. He's looked good to start with, and hopefully he can just build on that and be with us for many years to come. There are a couple of more who may well come in, but until they're here I don't want to tease you with those. Obviously, to balance the books a little bit, there have been some outgoings. The biggest two, Jordan Veretout has gone to West Ham. He wasn't fitting in the plans. He didn't look good enough to play in central midfield for me. We got 32.5 million for him, which is a good sum of money. So he is now playing some Premier League football, as is Victor Fisher. He's gone to Wolves. Again, he wasn't featuring for us at all. He didn't score many goals when he did last year. We're not playing with wingers, so he has gone for, I think it was 25 million. So we made a profit on him. And the other one we made a profit on was Emre Moore. He didn't play much at all last year. He was a real panic buy on deadline day, but he has now gone to Fulham for £5 million. All in all, that means the team is looking a bit like this for today's AC Milan game. We've got Vulca Falanes in goal, a back four of Donati, Upamecano, Mancini and Florenzi. Camavinga playing in behind Riccardi, Paredes and Pellegrini in the midfield, with Thiago Almada in behind new boy Caio Jorge up front. And as you can see, they've all been playing fairly well to start with, and hopefully they can continue that on today and we can pick up another European trophy to add to the cabinet. We've obviously got the Club World Cup to play. I think that's going to be next year as opposed to this, so we could well have a worldwide triple rather, by the end of next year. Let's ask the boys then to continue as they have done from the last match if we can. Obviously we've got some specialist cut ones, so let's go and make the supporters happy. As always, we've got faith in the boys to go out and do a job, and we'll send the assistant to the tunnel, and let's get into the game against AC Milan, a team who of course last year we went neck and neck with to get to the top of Serie A. They beat us to it, but can we beat them in this game this year? And what is a disastrous start has seen Hakan Çalhanoğlu score at the back post for AC Milan. It's 2 minutes in, they've got a throw in on the right. Kessie and Hakebauer play it, and Hakan is at the back post to knock it in, and that is a really poor start from a Roma team that has been looking fairly solid up until now, and it looks like Milan are going to try and come again. Paredes with a challenge on Hakan in the middle. It might be a red card. It is. A really poor start to the game has just got even worse. Leandro Paredes has been sent off for what must have been a rash challenge in the middle. We're not going to change anything at all. We obviously need to go ahead and win this game. but the start has not been ideal if we're going to be able to do so, and I can't imagine it's going to get any easier now. There is a free kick. Rodriguez takes it, hit the wall, and there is a chance for Caio Jorge to get on the end of it. He can't quite, but Kessie is pegged back, and Camavinga picks it up. Usually in a defensive role, he surges forward. He's got George with him, but he goes back to Pellegrini instead. Florenzi surges into the area. Pellegrini at the back. He shoots, he scores! And the awful start to the game has been turned round by hero Lorenzi Pellegrini. Camavinga does really well with the press, picks the ball up. It's knocked around the edge of the area, but Pellegrini's found on the edge, and he shoots and he scores right past Plizzari in the AC Milan goal. Donnarumma only demoted to the bench. Our first shot of the game, it goes straight into the goal, and we are back on level terms, albeit with 10 men for a large chunk of the game. It'll be a really good effort if we can get one over on them, but it's probably looking unlikely with the start that we've had. However, 25 minutes in and we are still in this game. We're going to ask for a bit of creativity. We've looked okay, but can we look even better and take on AC Milan in a game which has been fairly even all around? It's just the red card that could be the massive swing when it comes later on in the game. And another massive swing could be this. Lorenzo Pellegrini has picked up an injury in the middle of midfield. Tonali's going to come on and switch over with Riccardi. But that is two main men in the middle missing. And this may well now be a really big uphill climb if we are going to get one over on AC Milan and pick up our second trophy as Roma manager. Rodriguez then with the throw in to Hakan, the hero for them so far. He's causing us great trouble on the left. He's found Belotti, and Farnese may well have just kept Roma in this game with an absolutely awesome save from a Belotti chance, but there is the resulting corner. Camavinga gets in front of his man and heads away only as far as Castillejo, who is still on the ball but being pressed well by Almada, who nabs it off him, and that will of course be that. But we're back again with Hate Boa on the right hand side being pressed by Tonali, who does really well. Donati with a massive ball forward for Caio Jorge, who could have bagged a second goal and put us 2-1 ahead, but it's a great save by Plizzari. It should have really been buried by George. And could that be a chance that comes back to bite us later on in the game? 1-1 at half-time. Pellegrini for us, Hakan for them. Paredes sent off, Pellegrini injured. It's very much in the balance as we go into the second half. We're going to give them a bit of a motivational one. We're a man down, but we can still get a result here. There's a lot more to come from them all. And let's see if we can go out and put in a second half performance that would give us the win in the game. We've not been dominant on the shots as we have in the first three games. It probably is because we're one man down. We're missing some key men in there. Upamecano at the back also having an awful game. But at the moment, we're holding our own. And Almada has nabbed it in the middle. Can we make something from it? Florenzi's beaten to it by Rodriguez. A poor pass by Almada. And David is in. Farnese with a great save. David with a second chance. It's straight into the side netting. And we've got away with one from a position where we really should have been looking to make a chance of our own. We've been quickly countered. But luckily we've got away with it, and time is ticking by towards the hour mark. We've obviously got a really good chance still to win this. We've just got that one-man deficit to overcome. Riccardi finds George, and acres of space. Caio Jorge, Donati. Oh, Plizzari saves. Donati already with 2 goals this season, looking for his third. And he wasn't too far away. Can we get anything from the corner? George at the back post. Mancini on the edge of the area. It's deflected. It's all over the place, but they have got it clear. And David now is well beaten to it by Florenzi. And with half an hour to go, I think it's time to just change things up a little bit. Upamecano having an absolute shocker at the back. So Sergio Ramos, a big game player, can come on for him. See if we can just get him to give us a bit of a confidence boost and see us through the last half an hour or so. We've certainly been better in this second half, but as always, it's fallen at the back post and Belotti's on the edge of the area. Paqueta, how that didn't go in the back of the net, I don't know. I was just about to say, as always, there's AC Milan's threat and the fact we're a man down. And they almost go and nab a goal right from that. But we've still in the game. 20 minutes to go. We're going to ask for a bit of passion. See if that can see us through. And give us the result that would be oh so dear. And a trophy in the cabinet once again. Mancini. all the way back to Faranes whilst he's being pressed by Belotti. Ramos, what can he find ahead of him? He's surging forward. Tonali in good space. He's got men ahead of him as well. He switches it to Florenzi on the right. Can he find George in the middle? He can. It's well blocked by Ramagnoli, and a chance again that Caio George could have really taken. He's looking like the man on the chopping block at the moment. Mancini at the front post. It's headed over, and headed way over indeed. 15 minutes to go. Caio George looking the likely man to come off. We'll do that now with 10 minutes. We'll get him off, Sheik on, and see if that could just be the final difference. If he can put away the many chances that we have been creating in this second half and just secure us the victory. We've not been bad. We've put in a really good effort, seeing we've been down for 10 men for pretty much the whole game, and that's a poor throw, but Tonali is going to be able to gather. Camavinga flies it wide to Florenzi, who's cutting inside. Chance to shoot again. 2 cracks at the cherry for Florenzi, and he can't quite put it home. Tonali gathers with Donati ahead of him. He's trying to go it alone. He does go alone, but Hateber is there to see it out. And that could have been a match-winning moment from Alessandro Florenzi on the right. He's having a great game, but he couldn't quite put that one away. Just some creativity to finish the 90 minutes. It looks likely to go to extra time. A few tired legs out there, but is there one final twist in the tail? In normal time, there's not. And we go to extra time in the Super Cup final and potentially penalties. Let's give the supporters talk again. Let's say there's a lot more to come from them once again. And let's see if we can go out in extra time and put that winning goal beyond AC Milan. There's a few tired legs out there. Manuel Donati is absolutely exhausted. And I think we can make a 4th change. And that will be the one that we make. Bua can come on for Donati and switch sides with Florenzi. That is going to be the last change that we can make. This is the side that's going to have to see it through for the last half an hour or so of extra time. And can we nab the winning goal and go home again with another trophy? We've not seen much of extra time at all so far. And as we approach 102 minutes, it's our first highlight. Ceballos for them, beaten to it by Almada, who searches for Sheik, but he's beaten in the air, and Paqueta has it in the middle for them. He goes back to Ramagnoli. Hakan, Belotti's in. This is the chance. Faranes tips it wide in what has been a really solid performance from him in goal. But there is the resulting corner to deal with. Hakan with the ball, and it's gone over everybody, and it's out for a throw. And Faranes again could well have kept us in this cup tie as we approach 105 minutes and a half of extra time. 15 minutes to go then. Can we see it to penalties? That would probably be our hope now. We have played almost 100 minutes of football with 10 men. We deserve some credit for that. Ramos all the way back to Faranes. Who can he find ahead of him? Almada in acres of space in the middle. Tonali supports him well and surges into the gap ahead of him. He goes back to Camavinga though, but still has space of his own. Florenzi on the left. Slightly unusual for him, but he gets the ball across. Patrick Sheik heads over. The amount of chances we've had similar to that, we haven't taken them. And is that going to come back and bite us later on? We're going to have some creativity to finish with. Can we now just see this out for the final 8 minutes and take it to penalties? It's been a valiant effort from the boys. 10 men for 112 minutes or so. And it's looking like there is going to be extra time in the Super Cup between the 2 Italian boys. Who's going to come out on top when it matters in the shootout? Let's have a look then. Ramos can come in. He'll take the first one. Almada can take the second one. Cristante isn't on the pitch, so he's not going to take one at all. Patrick Sheik will take one. Florenzi will take one. And as will Riccardi. Tonali can take one if required. But there we go. A lot of weight on young shoulders. The experience will go first. And it is them first as well. I think it's Haller up for them rather. He's got a chance to shoot. He scores. It's 1-0 in the shootout. Well taken by Sebastian Haller, obviously currently at West Ham in real life. Ramos, the old boy, steps up for us. Many a time he's done so in a Real Madrid shirt, but it's first for Roma and he slops it well into the bottom corner. Belotti for them then. And that's a well taken penalty. 3 good penalties so far. He kept his nerve. Young Almada, the Champions League hero. Can he do it in the Super Cup as well? He can. I don't think I've seen him miss a penalty yet. And that is another well taken one. Hakan obviously already on the score sheet in normal time. Can he score his pen? Fernandez saves! And is this the turning point in our favour in the tie? As Patrick Schick steps up for his penalty. And he buries it in the corner. And now Andre Silva steps up with a must-score penalty. And Fernandez, can he save again? He can't. It's a well-taken penalty from Silva. But Florenzi steps up with a chance to take it within 1 in the shootout. Can he slot it away? He can. 4 really well-taken penalties by Roma. And now, if Fernandez saves, we will add the Super Cup to the Champions League in what has been a really topsy-turvy battle of the Italian boys. It's right back Rodriguez stepping up for Milan. Fernandez in the Roma goal. Is there going to be a hero? Rodriguez scores. And it puts the pressure back on young shoulders because Alessio Riccardi is stepping up for Roma. If he scores, we win. If he misses, we go to sudden death in the shootout. Here we go then. Riccardi versus Pizzari. Who wins? And it's saved. And we go to sudden death. Riccardi with the chance to bury it. He's not been able to. Paqueta stands up for them. He's got it saved by Fernandez. And we're back in with a squeak again. What a shootout. Tonali now with a chance to win it for us. Will we get our names on the trophy eventually? There's been 2 saves by Fernandez. The important save, of course, was Pizzari for them at the end of normal shootout. Tonali steps up. Vice-captain, can he score? He's saved as well. And it looks like we're now into the drags of penalty takers who can't score. Romagnoli for them then. Here we go. Is this going to be scored? It is. Fernandez should have saved. He's put it in his own goal. And I think now, based on the last 2 Roma penalties, this might well be it. And AC Milan might be about to snatch the Super Cup away from us in front of our eyes. New boy Camavinga steps up. Young shoulders again. Can he score? He can! And the shootout continues. What a game this is going to be. Dani Ceballos now for AC Milan. Which way is it going to go? It's in from Ceballos, and now I can only feel that surely a miss is coming for Roma. We've not got many decent options left. Gianluca Mancini steps up to take the penalty. He's been with us since the start. He deserves to get his name on another trophy. Can he put this one away, or is it going to be saved? It's a not watching scenario. It's saved, and AC Milan snatched the Super Cup away from us. 3 times we had a chance to win it. 3 times the ball was saved. And 6-5 on penalties. Milan win the Super Cup. And we're going to be a little bit aggressive. We're not happy with the result at all. And that is a really disappointing end to a game in which we should well have come away with the trophy. Down to 10 men, of course, for ages. But we did really well to hold on. We had 3 bites of the cherry to win the shootout. But we weren't able to do so. Looking forward then to the next episode. We'll play through and we'll be back for our opening Champions League group stage game, and that will be combined with the Sampdoria game in Serie A, and hopefully our Serie A form can continue as it has been so far. But I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.